friends.
Hi, friends. I'm like the human version of a
Ray of
golden
sunshine.
retriever. That's what someone said to me.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I also didn't know if it was a good thing, but they're so cute and they're so happy all the time. And I was like, I'm going to
But
take
they're
it as a
also
good thing.
handful.
They are well.
Okay.
Well.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
Woo. I'm Cassie J.
I'm Ore. And
We're
Cassie
wearing
just
yellow.
read me. We are wearing yellow. And I said,
I'm more of a mustard. You're more of a sunshine.
I'm more of a butter yellow.
Correct, ma'am. Sunshine, daisies, buttermellow, turn the stupid, fat rat yellow. Ahmad, do you know where that's from? Oh, just me in the room today.
Yes,
Damn
girl.
it. It's
Most
from Harry
times
Potter.
it's just you.
It's from Harry Potter.
Oh, if Neetu were here, she'd
Neetu would get it. Neetu would get it.
Probably know.
Neetu would get it.
Okay, so I currently have beef with all nail technicians.
Oh dear. Okay.
Look, I arrived at the Violence this morning, so you must just get on this ride with me. I currently have beef with all of them.
So funny.
A while back, I went to get my nails done, and you know how they like to trim your cuticles? Cuticles,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so they like to do this thing.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, they end up cutting me.
Sure.
So now you've got pretty nails that you can't enjoy.
Mine also
because
were
for the
cut
first 4
recently.
days, exactly,
And
it's
it
so
was
painful.
It was so painful.
So the last time I went in, this was a while back, I said, no, please don't cut this thing. Please don't. They're like, no, ma'am. We'll do it so gently. We'll do
Okay.
it this. We'll do this. So I give in.
Yeah.
Right? And then we go on this journey and they cut me
Again.
and it's sore and I'm upset, but this is where we're at, right?
I also want to just say, like, this cuticle story is a story you tell me every time
Every single
you get your nails
time.
done, and irrespective of where you go to get your nails done.
Maybe I've just
Like-
got soft skin.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like,
Every
every time
single
you
time.
ask them not to, and every time they push for this thing to happen.
But then the important thing here in this story is that I give in.
Yes.
Every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So yesterday I went to go get my nails did and I went there with violence. Like I woke up that morning and I was like, I'm choosing violence today. So I arrive at this place, right? And then we start the process and they bring out that thing. And I'm like, no, ma'am. We'll be gentle. We'll just a trim, just this one here. That's the, and again, in true RF fashion, I give in. So we go on this journey, but not the entire time. I'm like,
getting ready
to get cut. But then the lady's doing the hands, it's all fine. So I relax into it. I'm like, okay, they've heard me. Like they're not going as deep as before. And then the lady doing my toes cuts me. And I'm like, So I say to her, you've just cut me, stop.
Please stop. Yeah.
It's fine. It's stop. And she's still holding that thing. And she goes, no, ma'am, I'll just do this. And she brings that thing back to my toes. And I snap. And I go, no, put it down.
Sure.
Everyone is quiet now. Now I'm the Karen in the nail salon.
Do you know what? I've not yet been on the receiving end of Aure's clapback. Like that hasn't happened for me yet. I definitely see it in my future. I see it in my future. I'm gonna do something and Aure's gonna be like, Cassie, enough. But I've been around when Aure has a clapback moment. And what I will say for you, in your defense, is that it takes you a lot to get there. But once you're there,
I'm there, it's late for everybody involved.
Hide, everybody undercover, everybody take shelter.
But like I said no,
Yeah.
repeatedly.
You communicated it
but
quite
obviously,
often.
I hadn't said no firmly
Strong
enough for them to actually listen to
And
me.
action.
But the moment, because I've just said to you, you've cut me, stop, and you're still
Yeah,
bringing this
and
thing
you're still
back. You
going.
want to still continue. But the moment I say to you, no, put it down. Like she freezes and she goes, sorry, ma'am, and she puts it down. And it just became a learning moment for me
Yeah.
for all of the many years where I've been repeatedly cut in this experience at the nail salon. You have to say no as often enough, as loudly enough, as emphatically enough as you need to until someone starts to take you seriously.
And until they believe
Until someone believes you. Until someone hears you. Until someone hears you. Like, you need to say no emphatically enough to the disrespect.
Yeah.
Say no to getting passed over.
Yeah.
Say no to being told about other people's business. You need to say it loudly, repeatedly, until someone hears you. Like, you need to say it with your chest. Like, that's what happened to me. Like, I sat there and I was like, so if I just walked into this salon today and said to you, I do not want that. Like, if I said it firmly, I could have walked away without getting cut.
I don't think that's true.
But I could have, Cass.
I think they would have come in and they would have still tried.
They would have tried. But if I'd said no and stuck to my no emphatically.
Yeah, and not given in.
And not given in, we would be okay. But I, because that's the other thing I do. And I went on this journey.
Because before you go, because I was going to say, like, there's a real, and I think this is where you're going.
Yeah.
There's a real lesson here in life and in boundary setting. But I think for me, the thing that immediately that I was thinking about is, even when I work in marketing and advertising, even when we do marketing, a key thing that we say is say the message over and over and over and over and over again until the consumer believes it.
Yes.
Like we say it to them over. You will see that same catchphrase, that same one line. You'll see it on the advert. You'll see it on the Instagram post. You'll see it on the shelf. You'll see it on the packaging. You'll see it in the magazine leaflet. You're going to see it everywhere until you're like, oh, wow, okay, this really is going to whiten my teeth 3 times more than the other. Even though it's not.
Even though it's not.
Oh, no, it probably will.
I've tried those things. But for me, it was like you need to, if you're saying no to something, if you're saying no to someone, if you're saying no to bad behavior, you're saying no to whatever, you need to say that no repeatedly, loudly enough, firmly enough. Say the no with your chest. Say no, don't come to my house unannounced. Say no, don't speak what I'm presenting at the office. Like, say no, don't steal my idea because you think, like, you've got to own it. Like, if that's the journey you're going on, don't say no willy-nilly and people, maybe they heard you, maybe they didn't hear you, because then it defeats the purpose of you saying no. Like, your no needs to mean something. And I struggle.
Your no needs to mean something, but I think we also are in a time where people are pushing boundaries to see what they can get.
Yes.
Right? So people are looking at the experience and they're going, okay, but if I just ask for this, if I just push here, if I just do this, I probably could get. And I think that both of these approaches are fine. Like, I think you should always shoot your shot.
Definitely.
Shoot your shot for whatever it is that you need. But respect the no, respect the boundary, when it comes and when it's communicated and when it's set, respect that. But the other side of that is
you need to also say no. You need to set the boundary
and emphatically set the boundary, set the line on which people must not cross.
Because the thing here in this experience with the nail technician here is that every time I've gone in, I've said no, but they've still done it, and I've still walked away.
And because they've gotten away with it one time, they'll get away with it
multiple
next
times.
time.
Exactly. So every time I've gone in, when I say no, it doesn't carry any weight because this is what she says, and then we still do this thing. So it's just like you're saying no for the sake of saying no. Like, let it be on the record that I said no, but it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to serve as a deterrent. It's not supposed to be. You're not doing anything with that no. Yeah. So they just proceed and they do this thing. And I remember one of our earlier episodes where you were like, "I love you, but you're not good at saying no."
Yeah,
it's true feedback. It's really true feedback. And as such, so this again, I will have one teeny tiny thing happen to me in my life. Existential crisis of all existential crises.
Look, I'm glad you're saying it. Like, this hun is always like, Kathy, you're so dramatic. Kathy, you're so dramatic. The most dramatic
I know.
human
I admit,
in the world.
I accept. I'm on this journey of self-acceptance. Yes. I am the drama. There's no question mark. I am the drama. I own it.
We can be the drama
I wake up and I manifest drama as, what's his name? Cole.
Yes, Cole from Love is Blind.
So I went on this journey where I was like, okay, but why is it so difficult for me to say no? And why do I struggle with it so much? And confession time. I feel like my problem is just that I want to be liked. I want to be seen as being agreeable.
Yeah.
I want to be thought of as being kind or as being considerate.
Yeah.
And I don't often care what I need to do to me, so far as that's how people perceive you. And saying
like,
no,
I will
often,
suffer if it's okay. I'll suffer.
Take the hit, yes.
If as long as you're fine.
As long as you're fine. And once people start to see you that way,
well.
it gets very difficult for them to
that narrative.
exactly. So I become pretty much a yes man for everyone.
I know this
friends,
well.
clients, bosses, colleagues, family. I just say yes to everything because for me, I also appreciate just being able to give.
Yes.
And I'm okay with...
Yes, I understand.
I'm okay with that.
It comes from a good place.
It comes from a good place.
It comes from a good place of like wanting to be helpful and wanting to be, part of a team and wanting to be collaborative. These are good things to pursue, But you're right, because what happens is like one of two things. Either you yourself, you take on so much and you say yes to so much, or and then you get drained, you get burnt out, you are unable to do the things that you need to do, or people take advantage of you, and then you're upset.
And then you're upset. But like, you gave them freeway. You didn't do anything about it.
Correct.
You said no.
Yeah.
You didn't say no, rather. You said all are welcome. You said yes to everyone. You can't get upset then. Like, until you put up the roadblocks, until you build your boundary line, people are going to do whatever it is that they want to do. And it's not their fault.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Yeah.
And it was a very difficult thing for me to learn. And I remember it was a very funny experience. The first time, because again, been on this journey of
always
saying
on the journey.
and setting
always
boundaries. And a friend reached out to me one day to be like, oh, she wanted to stop by at my place after work or something. And I couldn't people that day. I was just like, my soul was like, no.
I can't.
No.
I don't want to.
But my default setting is to be like, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Because I don't want to say no. So I held my phone that day, read the message. And I just sat there for like 10, 15
How
minutes.
How do I say no?
How do I say no?
How do I say, I don't want to do this?
He reached to Google it. How do I say no?
Into the chat GPT.
That's where I was. I was struggling.
Yeah.
But then I was like, actually, if I say I'm on this journey, I should do this thing. And so I say to her, I'm so sorry. And I don't even lie. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I've had a long week. I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed. Like, I can't.
Did you say this? This is what you said?
Yes.
Well done.
I'm like, I'm not going to be great company today.
And how did
And she's like, okay, that's cool. And because
Amazing.
Because it's me, I say to her, can we maybe do coffee later in the week? Can we maybe meet up later? And then I said that and I'm like, the friendship is over. It's destroyed. I'm the worst person on the planet. And the response is, yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's do this day of the week. And I'm like, that was easy. Yeah. What's happening? Oh, my pony came down. Let's just put it down.
I like the high ponytail anyway. So here we are.
And for me, it was like, this whole time I've been living my life afraid of what people's reactions would be. No, what people just needed was direction.
And clarity.
It's like how it is with raising when you've got a dog, and they say that the dogs need the structure, they need obedience, they need to learn these things, they need to know this is when food time happens.
These are the guardrails.
These are the guardrails. It helps them. It's the same thing in relationships with people. It's the same thing in dealing with humans. People need the direction, they need the guidance, and if you don't give that, then they can do whatever they want, and it's not their fault.
Yeah.
And it's so, there's this book that I started reading recently, The Courage to Be Disliked.
Sure.
I know, it's a...
Sure, what a title.
It's a good book.
What a title.
It does take you on a journey. I can't remember who wrote it. I'm reading it on my on
I'm asking who because I'm like,
it's like,
I want to go and find it.
They've got like Japanese type names.
Send me the link.
That's why I can't remember. I will. I'm reading on Scribd, by the way. If you need a new place to read, Scribd is the one. If you don't have a Kindle. Or if Kindle is just too kindly.
I don't even know what that means. I'm a Kindle. I'm a pro Kindle person.
I do have one, but like now the process is complicated. Anyway, so
Amazon, there's some feedback for you.
The book, the gist of the book is basically that you cannot you can't afford to try to make everyone happy or to like you. You are not sliced bread. You are not jollof. You are not puff puff.
Puff puff is amazing.
Like you can't. I mean, I'm being funny. That's not what it says. But what it basically says is that if you are consumed with satisfying other people's expectations and you're constantly worried about how people see you and what they think of you, then life is going to be very difficult for you.
You know, as you unpack this idea, it's an idea that I've thought in my head and I've not spent enough time thinking about, but I'm going to try. It's again this thing of people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are, right? And people aren't looking at you, judging you as much as you think they are. And I think once you, because imagine it like this, you're spending so much time thinking about what people are thinking about me. What am I doing? What am I going to wear? What am I going to, like, you know, what am I going to do with my hair? What am I going to do with my nails? And when I arrive, what are they going to say? What am I going to say? Everybody else is having that same chat.
About themselves, right?
About themselves.
Yeah.
No one is going, oh my gosh, what is Ori going to wear? What is she going to say? What is she going to do? What is she... You know, like it's happening a lot less.
There's people we are doing it for.
They are, for sure. But I'm saying it's happening a lot less than you think it is happening. And so to be able to free yourself from this thing of like, I'm going to disappoint or I'm going to upset or I'm going to, you know, the person's not going to be happy. Free yourself. Even you must be happy as well.
Yes. No, I agree. The book further goes on to say that you actually need to discard the need for recognition from others.
Oh, snappity doodah. Can we actually tap into this thing for one moment?
Yes, please.
Jeepers creepers. This is something Cassie is working on.
Oh, yeah.
This
all of
whole
us,
thing,
everyone.
No, but wow. This whole thing.
Cassie's been rocked just now.
Of validation from other people is my journey, right? It is my journey. And it's one that I've had to learn the difficult way. Because when the validation stops, you get to a point where you're like, does this mean I'm not good anymore?
Yeah.
Does this mean I'm not good enough? Does this mean people don't like me? Does this mean, you know, I have failed? Does it mean that I'm not going to succeed? You go on this journey and I've had to remind myself to be like, actually, no, Cassie, you are doing great. Like you're doing so wonderful. There's a lot that you've achieved. There's a lot that you've accomplished. But that sense of validation has had to come from me.
You, exactly.
And the minute it has rested in other people, it's when I've given the power away, too much of the power away to other people for them to dictate and determine my value.
Yeah.
Woo!
The moment you realize that and you take take that power back, it's so freeing.
So free.
Because it means
I'm like, screw you, brother bear. Me, I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be just fine.
It's so liberating. And there's a quote from the book that I want to read. It says, the courage to be happy also includes the courage to be disliked. When you have gained that courage, your interpersonal relationships will all at once change into things of lightness. Which is what we're saying. Like the moment you take back that power, you take your validation back from people, it's so freeing.
And you take back control.
You take back control because now it means that I can do the things I really want to do without worrying about what you think of me. Like I can quit my 9-to-5 on Wall Street to go be, I don't know, a baseball teacher for Little League. You know, I can leave my legal practice to go make hair for people because this is what I want to do. The moment you stop obsessing about what people think about you, it allows you to say yes to the things you want to say yes to and no to the things you really want to say no to. What it does
is it gives you, and I said this in a previous episode, but it gives you autonomy and it gives you agency because what you're describing is a system in which you feel trapped.
Yeah.
Because I'm trapped by the validation of other people. I'm trapped by the people who I'm giving so much of myself away to because now they own so much of me. And so the confines of what I can do and how I can thrive and how I succeed are this big, right?
Yeah.
And or are only as big as the people I've given the power to. When you take that back, that door opens, the ceiling pops open, and you're like, I have agency, I have autonomy, I can decide. And then what am I going to... I'm going to do anything.
Like that thing of the world is your oyster. It becomes really true real. For you. It becomes real. So the second thing that I like, the second realization, the first one was, you have to say no as loudly, as emphatically, as many times as you need to until someone hears you and takes you seriously. Yeah. The second thing that I arrived at was get comfortable with being disliked.
Just settle in.
Settle into that thing.
Settle into that thing.
You don't like me? That's okay. What's a little dislike among friends?
It's fine.
It's okay. Because here's a reality that I've also stumbled upon. The only people who get upset when you say no, who get upset when you set a boundary for you, are people who don't even respect you or value you anyway.
Say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder.
It's true.
Say it louder.
You've got friends who get upset when you say, no, I can't hang out. No, I can't take that trip to Bali. No, I can't give you money for this. No, you can't stay in my house. No, you can't, I don't know.
No, I don't want to go for a coffee with you right now. No, I don't want to go on this project with you. No, just because. I don't want to.
If you have people in your life who get offended, who get upset when you say no, they don't value you.
When you draw a boundary.
They don't respect you. They're not your people.
Walk away.
Felicia.
Walk away.
It's okay. It's okay.
And it's okay.
The people who matter will be like, okay, friend, it's okay. We'll do it next week.
The people who matter will show up for you, will respect your boundary, but will also empower it. Right? Because to empower it is also then to say, like, someone comes up to me and goes, oh, I want to ask Ore to do this thing. And I'll be like, look, I know, Ore, this isn't going to work. Maybe try it like this or do it differently or go talk to somebody else, right? Like, I'm protecting because I know you and I care for you. I'm protecting you and I'm empowering your boundary. Like, the people who love you and who show up for you and who care for you.
That's an important point. They will empower your boundaries as well.
They will respect the boundary, but they will also empower it. They will allow it to be, allow it to flourish, allow it to take root. Yeah.
So because I've had this issue with like colleagues, clients, bosses who I've said yes to a lot. And then I arrive at a point where I'm like, okay, even Ore needs to protect Ore now. And I say no to something and all hell breaks loose. It's like, how dare you say
said
no?
What?
And in the moment it's hurtful, but when I step back and I think about it, I'm like, you actually don't want anything good for me. Because if I'm saying no, I can't, I'm not saying no to spite you. I'm saying, no, I can't do this thing. I don't have capacity right now. Or this is just so out of the way for me. And you're upset about that. Then you don't value me as a person.
1,000%.
And there is no reason why this friendship, this relationship, this work bestieship needs to continue. It's okay. We put it down.
We put it down.
And it leads me to something I saw on Pinterest. You know how I love Pinterest.
Girl, this hand loves Pinterest.
Makes me so happy. And that's actually where I got this idea of get comfortable with being disliked. Like just like I said, sit in it.
Settle in.
It's difficult, I know, but get comfortable. And I saw this person made a post, and the author was giving advice to a young woman. Apparently, there'd been a news article about this woman who had gotten proposed to publicly.
Ooh.
And
let me tell you something. Don't do that to me.
Don't do that to me.
The
camera phones are out. Everyone's recording. People you know, people you don't know. Because it felt like it was like in like on the street kind of thing, like a square. And the picture, the shot was of the man on his knees with the ring box open and of her running away.
Oh my gosh.
That was the shot. And then the author was like, no, this is wrong. That the right thing to do if someone proposes to you publicly is to say yes and take the ring and then go privately and say no and return the ring. And I'm like, nah, sis. If he proposes to you and you are not aligned with said proposal, just say no, sis.
Speak your truth.
Just say no.
Say no.
Like his embarrassment is not your responsibility.
His embarrassment is not your responsibility. Also, why is he doing this so publicly? Also, Did you talk about it beforehand?
Are you guys aligned?
Are you
that
aligned?
It's proposal time.
Right?
Are you aligned that we're doing this for the rest of our lives?
So many follow-up questions.
Please say no. Please say no. Like the same way I had to.
No.
I know it's not. It's more. It's harder. So your no should even be louder. But the same way I had to go no, put it down to the nail technician. You need to say no. Put it down to this person.
Yeah.
Don't because then this girl gets trolled. For saying no. People are like, oh, no, you embarrassed him. No, you this. No, you shouldn't. No, da. So obviously she's become the villain. I'm like, it's okay. If me protecting
people will be fine. They will survive this moment.
It's going to make me the villain. Do you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. So I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, don't let someone manipulate you, back you into a corner where you feel compelled to say yes to a situation where you know you want to say no. They're going to be upset. It's okay. You're going to be the villain. It's okay.
It's okay.
They're not going to be your friend.
Make your peace with that. Make your peace with that.
But did you protect you? Did you do what you needed to do for you? If that's the answer, it's fine. People will be okay.
People will figure it out.
Like, I'm not.
People will figure it out.
Like the worst advice on the internet is say yes even if you want to say no. What? So anyway, that was where I ended up with this whole get comfortable. Because look, I had to sit with myself and come to the realization that I like to be liked. Like, I want people to like me.
And you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. People do stuff for people they like. That's from... And that's,
yes.
That's a line from The Diplomat. Kerry Russell.
Do, yes.
Shout out.
She did say
But, like, people do stuff for people that they like. So, it's people... We spend time with people that we like. We get friends from people that we like. We build relationships from people that we like. So, the pursuit of being liked is not wrong. I think the message is don't give up so much of yourself and who you are and how you are just to be liked. That's the lesson. That's the takeaway.
Yeah, agreed. So practice that thing, hey? Say it in the mirror, no. Say it on your phone, no. Look at Cassie, say it, no. Let's all say it together, no. Practice it until you become comfortable with saying no to the things you want to say no to. But for now, I need you to say yes and go follow, like, subscribe on Instagram, on TikTok, on Spotify. Just say yes.
So funny. Just say
yes to that one. And
say yes to the dress.
Great show.
Such a good show.
Cassie, your middle name should be Derailment.
Sorry.
I'm closing the show and this one is just... And I'm like, oh yeah, what a great show.
Such a great show. I love Say Yes to the Dress. I love it. I love Randy.
We're going to talk about
I don't know where Randy is, but
yo.
shout out to you. You're the best. You're so sweet.
Come say hi to us on everywhere. We're everywhere. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok.
All of the places.
Spotify, Apple. Subscribe, follow, comment.
Like.
And we will see you
next time.
We'll see you next time. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. You can also watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.